The Mexican. The Mexican. We know. You like loads of beef. You love the beef. The Mexican. You love the Jewish. Yeah. Beef. You like that beef, yeah? You love the beef. Yeah. You love the beef, yeah? You love the beef. You love the beef.
Okay, I mean, I have a real question, for the Billy Joe Saunders people out there. Who has he fought? Who has he beat? I mean, David Lemieux, Andy Lee, that's about it, okay? Again, compare that to what Canelo has done, and it's night and day. I mean, right here, you see it, 4-2, 14-2, 1-0, 15-6, 9-5, okay? Tested positive for PEDs, 2-1, so it's a close, look, it's a close race there, but Canelo has him beat 2-1. I'm wondering, okay, about the VADA testing and all that. I would love to see, the actual results. And of course, the WBC involved. Mauricio Sullivan, can't stand that guy. And Billy Joe Saunders, again, wanting that 92-foot ring, so he can get on his bike and try to win a decision. That tells me he doesn't have confidence in his power, and he knows that, the only way he can win is on points. But then he was whining about judges. Now he's saying the judges are going to be fair. The judges are never fair. Canelo is the establishment fighter. Billy Joe Saunders, get that shit out of your head, because you're not going to get a fair shake, especially in Texas. I mean, Texas is like Canelo's home away from home. No God, no life. I thought that was a pretty good troll right there. Abel Sanchez, Canelo will make it look easy. I agree, Abel. Your breath smells like shit. I mean, look, Billy Joe Saunders trolling the hell out of everyone, but this dude's about to get knocked out. Are you crazy? You really think Billy Joe Saunders is going to beat Canelo Álvarez? Look, I'm not a big fan. You guys know I'm not known for being a huge Canelo fan, but I gotta say, I'm riding with Canelo on this one, right? Look at this goofy bastard. I'm riding with Canelo here. Cowboy Stadium, representing the great state of Texas. By the way, I was going to go to the fight as press, but I've been incredibly ill, okay, for a month, and I couldn't make it. But come on, guys, look, just bear with me. Might be a long video, whatever. We're going to talk about everything. Okay, Billy Joe Saunders, right? Look at the resume. Martin Murray. Who was it? I'm rusty, guys. Marcelo Esteban, Adama, David Lemieux, Willie Monroe Jr. Who else was there? Andy Lee, Chris Eubank Jr. We can go back to, I think, 2014, 2015 was the last time this dude had a TKO. And then I think somewhere in the middle there, or in 2019, he had a knockout over Esteban. Point is, this guy can't bust a grape. We all know it. And Canelo, he's a dangerous puncher, especially at 168. Canelo doesn't have to cut weight, really. I mean, he does. He's going to come in the ring about 180, but he can no longer make middleweight. We all know that. So again, it makes Canelo Álvarez even more dangerous than he already is, And think about this, too. Canelo took this man right here. He took his greatest punch, I say probably Gennady Golovkin's hardest punch, and he took it on the chin. Hey, again, not a big Canelo fan, but it is what it is. So I don't see Billy Joe Saunders hurting him. Tyson Fury talking all this crap about he's going to knock him out, blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of hype. But yes, Cowboy Stadium, 70,000 people. I'm excited. I wish I was there. Look, enough to where it's going to make me order DAZN, okay? And I told you guys I would never order DAZN again, but I'm going to order it tonight for 1 month. Something interesting here. I want to throw it in the video. Canelo is not allowed to talk about Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya went on a podcast talking shit about Canelo, and they said, what do you think? They tried to bait Canelo to respond to Oscar, and he said right here, when that interview was released, they called me and reminded me that there were clauses in the contract, okay? There were clauses that prevented me from talking about them and them from talking about me, meaning Canelo is he's no longer allowed. There's a, what do they call it? A non-disclosure, an ND, what is it? ND something, where he can't talk about Oscar De La Hoya. And let me tell you, Oscar's going downhill. Look, last time I saw Oscar De La Hoya's Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, he was so hungover, he could barely make the press event. Okay, the last time I saw Oscar. Right here, I'm sure, well, this video here, I'll play it either at the end or the opening of the video. I thought it was hilarious. Billy Joe Saunders, talking about those tainted tacos, that beef. But let me go back up here to this poll real quick, and we'll get into the details. But okay, I wrote serious question: is anyone out there giving Billy Joe Saunders a chance against Canelo? And overwhelmingly, let me go back. I'm on my iPhone, guys, playing around here. 40 people said no, 16 said yes. Now keep in mind, this was back in April when I posted that, so I think people's opinions have dramatically changed. I mean, again, Canelo doesn't have to worry about weight. He's been in front of many big crowds, but so has Billy Joe Saunders. But, come on, 70,000 people, Cowboy Stadium. I'm telling you guys, this is huge, absolutely massive. I mean, in Texas, around the stadium there, they have parties and after parties and before parties and during parties, and there's tons of these different promotions. It's like an event. It's like a 3-day event, and I'm really pissed that I can't go there. But right here, Canelo versus Saunders. Team Saunders claim, oh, the ring. Oh my gosh, should we even talk about this bullshit ring thing? Billy Joe Saunders, claiming he's gonna go back home and throw the fight over the ring, and that tells you, what does that tell you? That tells you he wanted that 24-foot ring because he wanted to run, right? Kind of like Canelo did in the first Gennady Golovkin fight. He wanted to run. He wanted to try to win on points, which whatever, I'm not knocking him for his game plan, but I think now they're going to do the 20-by-20. And typically, most Canelo fights that I've been to, the ring size has been around 20-by-20. And Canelo said he doesn't know. He's like, I haven't seen the contract. I don't know the stipulations, but it should be 20-by-20. So Billy Joe Saunders talking about he's going to throw the fight over 4 feet is ridiculous. But again, it does tell me that he wants to run, so hopefully it doesn't make for a boring fight. Right here you go. I can I can do a lot with 22 feet. Billy Joe Saunders right there. Check it out, guys. Boom. Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy. Get it together, boy. Get it together. But yeah, my prediction, I got Canelo stopping Billy Joe probably around 9, around 10, probably a body shot. Could be up top, I don't know, but I'm kind of predicting a body shot in the later rounds, But it could go the distance, but I'll tell you what's crazy. Here's what's crazy. Yeah, there is a possibility, that Billy Joe Saunders could pull it off. Now, he's not going to get anything from the judges. Okay, I've been around these judges. They used to be paid off by Golden Boy Promotion. Now, I don't know, things have changed. They're a little bit different. You got Eddie Hearn in there and all that. Who knows? But these judges are corrupt as shit. Okay, we know that. And Canelo being the establishment boxer, there's no way Billy Joe Saunders is getting that decision. But look at this. You guys go check out the in-depth with Graham, Canelo Álvarez. I mean, look at some of the headlines. De La Hoya just worries about drinking. Okay, these are, some of the things they talked about in that interview. Helping my brother after a murder charge, talking about there was like a hostage situation. I want to say, was it before Liam Smith or Caleb Plant? I don't remember, but Canelo had to negotiate, for his brother's release. I don't have all the details, but, Canelo fighting COVID before the Yildirim fight. I mean, all kinds of things that I've never heard of in that particular interview, so you guys go check that out. It's worth a watch. It has millions of views right now. Let's see. I truly believe it's a lack of respect for all the money I would invite him for sparring. Oh, my God. I just stumbled across this, guys. These Jake, Paul, what are their names? Logan, Luke, Paul, whatever. I cannot wait until a real boxer knocks one of these dudes out, because it's going to happen. I mean, these guys are picking on, grandpas from the UFC and right, other YouTubers. Like, come on. Look, Canelo would beat both these guys in one night. So, and by the way, Gennady Golovkin, I've heard we're going to get that Jaime Munguia fight, so I am excited about that. That'll be a damn good fight. But, look, you got to give credit where credit is due. Canelo right now is he's leading the way. Again, AT&T Stadium, 70,000 people. DAZN, we got a unification fight here. 168. It's the whole package. So you can't hate on it. And again, I'm gonna have to ride with Canelo on this one. I don't like Billy Joe Saunders, and I think Canelo, look, he's gonna rise to the occasion. Okay, and you can't go in front of 100,000 people plus, right, and get a boring decision. Okay, first fight with fans back in the stadium. All of that, I think Canelo's going to rise to the occasion, put on a good show, and I think he's going to stop him. I really do. At a bare minimum, I think it'll be, a convincing decision for Canelo. I believe Billy Joe Saunders, he's going to try to run around and win on points like in the amateurs, Golden Gloves. That's what I think we're going to see. A lot of hugging, a lot of holding. But I think Canelo, like I said, here's the thing. With the hugging and holding, that gives Canelo the opportunity to work the body. And I think, Canelo, I think he's going to go for the body. Probably that left hook, boom, liver, kidney, just anywhere on the side, rib cage, and Billy goes down. But it could, it could be followed up with the, see guys, I can't talk, followed up with the overhand right. But either way, this dude is going to get stopped, I believe. At a bare minimum, it'll be a convincing decision, for Canelo.